Actually, I lived in the United States a long time, particularly in New York. My family and I actually came together. We came in the late 80s, and I came very young. So we were actually refugees. So I've been here for over 35 years. Yeah.
I came here as an international student, so I've been here almost like 10 years. And then I came to study at high school here, college, and then my passion is to open a High Lua restaurant, and now I'm a kitchen manager.
Well, it was an idea, but it was more like a dream. It was something that we didn't anticipate it because, like I said, I was just going to school, and then I graduated, you just go to work, and then I love food, so I had a passion for food, and then I met food. And then food has, even though we met when she was in school too, and she had a really, really passion for cooking food. And I didn't notice that until I tried her food. And I was like, wow, this reminds me of, home cooking, and it's amazing. And it just keep on trying her food and everything, and then we think, wow, you should open a restaurant like this.
Home cooking is a good key because the reason I opened this because when I came to New York, right, and then I miss my mom food a lot, and then I can really find any restaurant back then like cooking like my mom. So that's why I'm thinking like, should we do one restaurant so where the international student like me can find something like like home cooking, like their mom, their grandma. I just started cooking when I in New York because I miss my mom food so much. So I keep calling my mom, oh, can you show me how to do this, how to do that? And then I try every single day until I feel like, oh yes, this is flavor. This remind me my mom cooking a lot.
The funny thing is, even with the recipes that her mom shared, and I try to do it, I can't do it the way she does. I guess there's something that was missing in me, but she had the passion. So when she executed, the taste, the flavor was more again, like authentic, the Vietnamese.
And it's the love.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say, even with the recipe, I totally, completely, it was a disaster, but she made it perfect.
He loved pho so much. He can eat pho every single day and every single meal. He like when I cook, I said, oh my god, I cannot eat pho anymore. But said no, like he just keep asking me, can you make pho for me? Can you make pho for me?
It has to be pho ball.
Yeah, it has to be pho ball.
I eat it for lunch, for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, any time of the day.
Sure.
I never get bored of pho. So how do I feel like being a Vietnamese in Europe? It has its pros and cons. I have to say, I went through a lot, especially also, adjusting to New York City, the culture and everything. And I have to say, like in the beginning, nothing was easy. The language barrier was one thing, and then the culture itself. Especially in the late 90s too, growing up, we were very, we didn't have anything. And then people were looking at us different ways too. But then afterwards, when I grew and I go to school, I realized, I'm different, and I have my own identity, I have my own culture, and then I try to discover it because, to be honest, when I went to school, a lot of people always tease me or calls me Chinese, but when I explain to them I'm Vietnamese, people don't understand that it's different from Chinese,
So when I came here, I can find like a lot of culture here. I can find like Japanese village, Korean town, Chinatown. Like when I want to for Vietnamese food, I have to go Chinatown to looking for Vietnamese products. So that's why I said, oh, why we don't have like a Vietnamese town here in New York?
You know, since we have so much, you know, cultures and what makes this city a great city, but we can't find Vietnamese community. So I start learning that is when I went to school and how people look at me different. So but when I go home, I do question my parents and I say, where are we from? You know, because like I said, I came from such a young age, and my mom always says, "Calling like Vietnam, meaning that you're Vietnamese." So I share that without understanding what Vietnamese is. I just share it with people that I'm Vietnamese, and then as I get older and stuff, then I try to find the meaning of it. And no matter how hard or the long hours that my mom work and everything, but she always told me one thing: if you come home, we speak Vietnamese. High Lua was established in March of 2019.
We are new. That's what the word says. We are very High Lua, so we don't know anything about
Yes.
Restaurant industry. So we have to learn everything from scratch.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because from a perspective, you look into a restaurant, you know, you just see food and stuff, but to operate and to actually open a restaurant, it's a whole complicated structure.
High Lua is actually a person from a countryside go to the city side to look for opportunity or to look for opportunity. So I feel like I'm from Vietnam and moved to New York. High Lua is coming up on one day. We are with and then as a group of friends.
We were in a car. It was a rainy day.
It's a rainy day.
Yeah.
In a car.
It was just a regular normal chit chat.
We just driving around Long Island City.
Yeah.
To explore and looking for the locations. And then one of my friends just come up with the High Lua.
But we thought, yeah, it's actually true because, like I said, it can relate to Emma, it can relate to me. We had a connection, but it can relate to a lot of people, a lot of individual Vietnamese too as well. And like I mentioned earlier, like originally it was done High Lua. We wanted to make something more unique or more interesting, so we came up with the word instead of H-A-I, how it should be in Vietnamese. My friend switched it to H-I-G-H, and it has even more meanings too. Because if you differentiate the word itself, high, also mean a lot of stuff. Like for example, in Vietnam, Lua is rice field, and then I can represent we have mountains and stuff too. So not only that it's a pound too, but it also gives a feeling to our guests that a description of what Vietnam is, the background of it.
In the beginning, I just because of the passion, so we use all of our energy to work for hoping High Lua gets successful. So we work from 8 in the morning until 2 a.m. at night. So but that means we have only 4 hours to sleep.
Since High Lua was passionate and Lua was also into what she was doing, so she wanted to make everything like perfect. So even from the vegetables, from the meat and stuff, we have to actually go see it ourselves and we pick it out and stuff too. One of the unforgettable moments I would have to say is 2020, when COVID hit everybody. Like the pandemic hit the entire world by shock, and in New York, especially in New York City, small businesses were all affected. We were actually affected too because our numbers were dropping, everything, and we were actually on the verge of considering closing. And why I say this is the most memorable to me is because at that time we were left with a really hard decision, and it was either stay open with no workforce or just close. And since we're entrepreneur, we don't have that kind of financial to keep it, like let's say how long would the pandemic end and then we open again. So we weren't able to do that. At that time also food was also pregnant too at time. But why is it for me the most important thing, and I will never forget this for the rest of my life. So we decided to open and it was just me and food running the whole operation. Nobody. No workforce, it was just me and her, so we did everything. At that time we only kept delivery because if it wasn't for passion, I don't think we would do it. We wouldn't keep it up.
We risk our health.
We put everything at that time. I remember we did everything, and I'm not saying there wasn't a moment where we were like, okay, let's give up. There was a moment I remember that I broke to tears because food accidentally put hot soup on it, a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I went crazy, and food saw it too, and I was like, you know what? Let's just close and whatever happens, happens. But she was very sharp. She's like, okay, we gotta push, and fortunate for us is after the pandemic, everything became better, and with the support of the locals and PBC, and we were only one of the few restaurants at that time that was open too, and then High Lua actually, the name actually became familiar. Yeah, so I would say 2020 is going to be the most unforgettable moment of my life for High Lua, and it left a mark because it's our dream and passion. And one thing we've always said is we cannot give up on our dream and passion, and that's what driven us to keep on fighting. Yeah. That's what And at that time, we were in our bank, we were at negative, literally negative. So that's why if we stay open, we have a chance. If we close, we're done. Yeah. Because of what we went through, mentally, we're stronger. And physically, we're also stronger because we have the hardship that we have to go to. So, and also with the bless of the community and the message that the locals, everybody spread out. High Lua has a name, not like a glamorous kind of name, but it's a name where we're able to have a decent startup again. But High Lua now is much better than before. Yeah, and we're so blessed.
That in New York City cannot compare to that in Vietnam, because like in Vietnam it's the whole country celebrate that. So everybody get off and then they can come back to their home and then they celebrate together. But that in New York for me, I feel very sad because I miss my home so much. I miss my family so much. In that I try to make our bánh chưng ourselves in our home. And then I just I really want to create a meal so my friend can come over and then celebrate that together, like Vietnamese people, because I have some Vietnamese friends and then they cannot really go back home either, so we just get together and then we make our bánh chưng and then our thịt kho together to celebrate that together. For that coming, High Lua will have a High Lua cooking kit. It's gonna coming really soon. We have we're gonna have thịt kho hộp dệt and then canh khổ qua, which is caramelized pork and egg, and then peanut melon soup. But on that day, we have the special for the guests, which is the guests I feel like the first 50 guests will have our 50 red envelope.
Wow, they were shocked. Yeah, it was something that was spontaneous and it came to them as, ooh, this is unique. Yeah, I see this right. It made us really happy. Yeah, I mean it wasn't much, but it was just that experience that we can provide.
Okay, so năm nay là Tết Nhâm Dần 2022. Phương và anh Chí cũng như High Lua chúc cho tất cả mọi người một năm thiệt là nhiều bình an, hạnh phúc, và đặc biệt là luôn luôn có sức khỏe để chiến đấu với tất cả những gì mình đang phải trải qua hiện tại.
For 2022, which is also the Tiger year, both Will and I and the High Lua team, we want to wish everybody a happy New Year's. So we wish everyone a good health, good fortune, and that everything this year will change everybody's life. Happy New Year.
ทุกคนนำ